All right, then follow me.
What are the ruins over there?
Remnants of the old world. A reminder that the past can be left behind.
If it's so dangerous, why do you come out here?
Magalan almost died when the comet hit. A living, breathing planet turned to ash and dust. The Berserkers are using their magic to bring our world back to life. Just look around you. Edan is the greenest place on Magalan. They need more people, and they offer anyone who comes the same chance to start over. We should move on. One downside of all this plant life is that you can't see the rot boards coming.
Can we find anything useful there?
Maybe. Maybe. A group of clerics came through this area a few days ago. A scouting party reconnoitering Goliath. Well, that was their plan. Instead, they ran into a group of rot boars. Got chased into those ruins and haven't come out.
Eaten by rot boars? That is no death for a warrior.
Concern for an enemy? Well, you're right. No one deserves that death. I wish more people would look for common ground instead of shouting our differences. Why haven't you joined a faction?
I have no interest in factions. I cannot decide whether to join a faction out here. Let's go on.
Well, we have a choice to make. You're short of equipment. We could see if the clerics have left any in the ruins.
You want us to go into the ruins?
That's up to you. But there's a risk to that. So maybe we should just head straight for Goliath. I better warn you that the creatures in there won't take prisoners. It would definitely be safer to bypass them for now. So, what do you think? Shall we risk entering the ruins?
Let's go into the ruins.
A brave choice. Opportunities are there to be seized. This cleric should be around here somewhere. We should get moving. Are you ready to go on? We should get moving. I'll get this one.
Looks like someone used this as a camp before now. Maybe I could use it. This place will come in handy.
that isn't enough.
We should get moving. Let's go. Are you ready to go on? We should get moving. These ruins look like they were some sort of machine shop in the old world.
You know about the old world?
Only what I've learned on my travels.
Ruins and wreckage. The old world is irrelevant.
Irrelevant? It's where we all want to grow the world back to what it was. The other factions pick through its bones, hoping to find the technology it left us.
There was something hanging there.
Do you often find clerics in Idan?
All the factions come here. For intel, for resources. We all take from each other. At least it's just raids from the clerics for now. There have been wars in the past. And it does seem like there are some clerics who want to repeat those mistakes and take us back into open warfare.
Let's go on to Goliath.
Right. Follow me.
You say there were Alps in this area. How long ago was that?
The raider crashed a week ago. It's been quiet since then. Well, apart from the scouting party on the edge of the forest. It feels like something serious is brewing up there in Zakor. And that's bad news for us all. Let's go. Are you ready to go on? We should get moving. Let's go. Need to go on? Let's go. We should get moving. You should be able to make your way on alone from here. You can find supplies and get yourself back on your feet in Goliath. And then, the choice will be yours.
So I can just leave whenever I want.
You should try to get a better weapon and some armor before heading into the wastelands, but that's up to you. Have a look around our community. See what we can offer you.
What happens if you find an alb here?
They try and kill us, so we kill them. Except the Separatists, a group of Albs that has broken away from Zakor. Maybe they could be allies.
You think the Separatists will help you fight the Albs?
Maybe these Separatists want to join the Free People. Maybe they're just another threat. But I'm sure that together, we can defeat the Albs. But for now, the Separatists are outnumbered, without friends and defiant. They're already finding life is hard out here if you haven't joined one of the factions. That makes them jumpy, so I'd be careful around them. They're suspicious of everyone. Well, we have reached Goliath, but this is only the start of your journey. Look for me once you've settled in. You'll find me up at Warlord Ragnar's stronghold at the top of Goliath.
right, you can stop there. In the name of the Hooded Crows, and with a power invested in me by the warlords of Goliath, I hereby challenge you to state who you are and what you want. You should know that Goliath is eternally vigilant in its search for Albs.
Dura sent me here.
Oh, you're one of Duras's hand-me-ons, are ya? You better think about reporting to Ragnar, or one of the other warlords when you get in then. They'll check you're not an Alb spy. All right. You can go in, but all weapons must remain sheathed. Start anything, and a paladin will turn you to ash faster than you can say, I wish that Duras guy hadn't sent me here. Oh, and don't steal anything, or flash technology around. I don't expect any more or less from you.
Understood.
Good. Then I welcome you in the name of the Berserkers.
It sounds like you're expecting trouble.
Outlaws, clerics, and now the Albs starting wars, and that's before we talk about mutants. Where have you been if you don't think there's trouble in the world? But don't worry, you'll be safe here. No Albs getting past me.
Is there somewhere I can stay in Goliath?
Maybe down by the tavern or with the cultivators. Try the lower quarter. There's room there for honest men. Pay your way, or work for your stay, and you'll be welcome. We are the protectors of Magaland, and we welcome all free people here.
So, what can I do to earn my stay?
Can you handle a weapon?
Yes.
Then you'll find work. We're short of people since the attacks began.
This place doesn't sound too safe.
Where is? With the Albs looking to tear down this whole world.
You're short of people?
Everyone's lost people to the Albs. Workers, cultivators, warriors. They're all looking for more hands. You'll need to earn your place. But there are tasks for all hands. And the shards to pay for them.
Noted.
Good. Because the last guy who tried buying things here with unicorn balls ended up eating his own.
With that. Another damned outsider.
We ought to lock you up until we can ship you back to where you came from.
I'm here escaping the Alps.
Escaping them? Or spying for them? You should be fighting them. The only good Alb is a dead Alb. The clerics gave us the Albs. The Albs come here building their filthy converters. They foul our soil, kill our people. The only thing stopping these bastards killing every last one of the free people are the hooded crows.
Teach me something.
Yes.
Stop that thief! Stop him!
Teach me something.
Yes.
tick to the pit. It should be disposed of. Take that tick to the pit. It should be disposed of.
So, you decided to stick around. Well, I've been given a job by a warlord Ragnar that I think might suit you, if you want to stay around for longer.
Tell me about the job.
Well, the task I have on offer should profit you, and though it's not the best way to sell our community to you, it should demonstrate that we're open about things here. You see, there was a murder committed just outside Goliath a few months ago. A rather dedicated There's been an investigation, but no definitive answers as to why he was killed. So...
And what can I do?
Well, I'm having trouble getting answers from people. Maybe an outsider will have more success getting them to open up. Would you talk to the suspects and see what they have to say?
Here, I found these.
Elex technology. It's forbidden to berserkers. Officially, you're supposed to hand it in when you arrive in Goliath. But that'll be your choice. Just don't go flashing those weapons around when we get back, okay? Some berserkers are really strict about the laws. Others are more lenient. You see, we leave the albs and clerics to rely on machines. Any damn, we use magic.
Tell me about the victim.
His name was Askor. He was a warrior, newly promoted from cultivator. Ragnar had high hopes for him, but Askor wasn't popular. He went missing around Mana's Eve 3 months ago. No one knew where he'd gone, and it wasn't like he had many shards to up and disappear with. Then one of Ragnar's patrols found Askor's body rotting up in the forest. It looks like he was stabbed several times with a sword. Whoever did it was strong enough to overcome him, but clumsy. They didn't find anything on Askor to point to who might be the murderer.
You think I can find the killer?
You're a stranger here. That means you might see things I won't.
What kind of logic is that?
To be honest, I think this is a dead-end job. But Ragnar, against all the evidence, seems to think it was a berserker that killed Askor, and he wants answers. Me, I think it's a wild goose chase. None of Ragnar's questioning has thrown up any proof a berserker was involved in this, so chances are it was an alb, an outlaw, or a reaver. But if a warlord has an itch to scratch, then that means we have to go and scratch it. So, let's cross all these suspects off the list and give them some closure.
Is this why you brought me to Goliath? To do your dirty work?
I brought you to Goliath to give you a chance. And this is a way to earn it by getting a warlord on your side.
Does Ragnar think a berserker murdered Ascor?
Ascor was killed with a sword, and there aren't too many people who use swords outside of Edan. But if Ragnar's right, then it must be someone who was outside the walls at the time of the crime. So, Ragnar drew up a list of 5 suspects. No idea why these 5 exactly, but Ragnar will have his reasons.
I'll find the murderer.
Ragnar wants answers. He seems determined to find out what happened. Myself, I don't know if we'll ever know what happened. But if we can eliminate these 5 suspects, he might let this go. And who knows? Maybe one of them did do it, and you'll get the proof.
Who are the suspects?
A group of people who were out there in the forest at the time of the murder. First on the list is Baron. He's a guard. Well, he's supposed to be a guard. As far as I know, he doesn't have an alibi. But I think the only real reason he's on the list is because he knew Ascor when he was younger. Then there's Thorgal. He's in charge of a world heart in Abessa. I have no idea why Ragnar would put him on the list. Maybe just to be complete. Third is Garen, a hunter. He was reliable, but he seems to have lost heart in himself. There's something troubling him. Last are Irdor and Rock. Rock I can't get a handle on. There's something he's not happy about. Irdor is still wet behind the ears. Bit of a whiner, but seems to care about his job. They were all outside Goliath at the time of the murder.
What do you want me to ask them?
Where they were 3 months ago around Mana's Eve when the crime was committed. What they thought of Ascor. I doubt you'll get a confession. I doubt any of them did it, but you'll get a sense of the men, and then you can report back to me so we can close the case.
Where can I find them?
They're all still out there. Track them down, then report back to me when you've discovered something.
Stop messing around with that thing. Stop messing around with that thing.
You, what are you doing? You're scaring away everything within a day's walk. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants to make a meal of you.
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping sack. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay alive. You're scaring away the prey that is my livelihood. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
What do you have to trade? You're a hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with Goliath.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. Out here, peace. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here? To talk?
A berserker was killed. The body was found in the forest.
The forest is a dangerous place.
The berserker who was murdered was called Asgore. Did you know him?
Asgore? That asshole? Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit.
When were you last in the forest by Goliath?
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Do you always hunt with a bow?
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that, and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
You didn't like Asgore.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Asgore.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
What do you have to trade?
You? What are you doing here? No one's allowed round the world, Hart.
You seem nervous.
Yeah. Normally the only people to come out here are Albs, or outlaws. Which are you?
Are you responsible for the world, Hart, here?
That's what you care about? The world, Hart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care as much about us as they care about that plant. But yes, what are we next to a world, Hart? Ants in history. Here we are standing by the future of Magellan, the very thing given to us in Magellan's hour of need. Maybe that's what Bourne meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here, isolated with this thing to care about, I've certainly gained perspective.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Oh, then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it, and from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him, people talked about him, but I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
Do you carry a sword?
Of course. It's dangerous out here.
You work here on your own?
Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground.
Nothing to do?
What? Who are you? What do you want? Who goes there?
I need to ask you about Ascor's murder.
I can't tell you anything about that. Not anything that's not being said already. He should have kept his head down like me. Ambition only gets you dead. He should have picked this spot and stayed there. Why are you interested in that? Really?
Tell me what you do know about the murder.
Me? I only know what people are saying. That they thought Ascor had run away, but he hadn't. He'd been murdered somewhere out in the forest. I was out here at the time, on guard duty.
Did anyone see you? Is there anyone who can give you an alibi?
Hilda. She was with me all night. Her and Alba, and Dagny, and Erica, Freya, Garrett, Heggie, Magda. They're the trees over there. They're my girls. Very lonely out here. So no, I have no alibi.
You look quite strong for somebody who's just standing around all day.
Maybe. And?
Did you know Ascor well?
Since we were old enough to crawl, our parents were friends. We grew up like brothers.
Have you been trained to use that sword?
All berserkers are. You think I could survive out here if I couldn't use it?
Ascor's body was found near here. Did you see it?
I know where he was found. But no, I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't see him. I wouldn't want to remember him like that. My duties keep me here most of the time. So I stay looking after my girls, the trees, making sure they stay safe.
Where do you go when you do get away?
Nearby. Not Goliad, if that's what you mean. I tend to stay out here these days.
Where nearby?
The lift into the Valley of the Damned. That's a good place to relax. There's quite the view of the valley there. It's a good place to let your worries just drift away. I hope you find who did it.
Maybe you did it. You knew him. You don't have an alibi.
Well, why would I kill him? He was my friend.
Why should I believe you?
Because it sounds like you're doing something about this, like you want to find out who did it. You should start with people who had a problem with him, not his friends.
Your friend Ascor, what kind of man was he?
Well, he wasn't a simple guy. He was my friend. Our parents were friends. We basically grew up as brothers. But he was sort of ambitious, and that sometimes, well, made him an ass. Listen, it doesn't matter. Just forget what I said.
Ambition could give a motive, if he got in someone's way.
Well, don't look at me. I'm happy where I am. I don't give a troll's ass about promotion.
The Alpha Pearls in life distort your spirits and poison your body. Leave the gems behind and discover the hive safe and brave.
Come to the Horde. Come to Ignadon and discover the truth. This is me, Herbert, broadcasting from the orbit to...
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious, or was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful highlands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in Edan from here, if that's what you mean.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice.
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.